Hi, this is Rachel Mills with Make and Create's Drawing Skills class. Today we're going to be going over composition. So with composition basically is just how you decide what goes where on your paper. So let's say this is my paper, just so I don't go through a lot of papers today. So this should be my paper, right? If I decide I want an element over here, I want an element over there, if I want something over here, that's how I'm deciding to compose my paper. A lot of times people can do compositions are very boring. A lot of people can do the same composition again and again and again. So this is my element right in the middle composition. Like it can be whatever you want to be. It could be a cat, it could be a train, it could be whatever heck you want to be, but it's your one single thing and it's just in the middle of your paper. If you do it again and again and again, that can get a bit boring sometimes. But then you might ask, well, how do I make it interesting? Because it still does work. Your eye wants to go there because it's in the middle. If you do a piece of paper and you put it over here or something, it's like, well, why does my eye want to go there or over there or something? It's like, is that good composition? I don't know. It depends on what you want to do. So if you have your paper, we're going to start with a teensy wee rule that might help you. It's called the rule of thirds. If you split your paper into 3 sections, 1, 2, 3, or if I have paper here and I wish to fold it into 3s, here we are, I folded it into 3s. Not the best fold job, but does the job. That's in 3 sections, 1, 2, 3. And then if I fold it in 3s again this way, 1, 2, 3, I have a grid. I can also just draw it here. 1, 2, 3. I just eyeball that, but if you want, you can actually grab a ruler and measure out a sort of 3 section. Let's say it's 1, 2, 3. Roughly equal. So same way, vertical or horizontally. Rule of thirds. So it's now split into thirds. If I put something here, 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 or here, that will look interesting. Or even just something close to it. So say I want to put a little cat or something over here, and he's just going to be, I'll make him a little cat. There we go, a little cat there. And then maybe he's going to be chasing a little ball, a little yarn ball. I'm going to have a little string coming around here. The thing I'm doing here is I am using the yarn to lead my eye back to the cat. That would be leading line, so I should be thinking about that while I'm figuring out how to do this. Because I want my cat to be a focal point. A focal point is a point you want to look at. Something that when you look at it just draws your eye right to it. So pay careful attention when you're doing a painting or drawing what your focal point is. A lot of times in faces, it's the eyes. So you're probably going to look right at the cat's eyes. Now I'm going to put a wee mouse over here. He's going to look very, very nervous to see the cat. Give him a wee shadow. And another thing, I have 3 big elements here now. That is also within the rule of thirds, because there's 3 things that are interesting. Another thing is they're not all the same size. We should pay attention to that. If I make things all a third bigger than each other, so if I think this mouse and this yarn ball are too similar in size, I should either make the mouse smaller or the yarn ball bigger? I think I'm going to make the yarn ball a bit bigger and make the cat a bit bigger to compensate, because the yarn ball will need to be bigger as well. So I don't want the cat to be too small. I want them to have the nice third sections of size. And maybe make the mouse a wee bit smaller as well. There we go. So the mouse is roughly a third smaller than this, than the yarn ball. And the yarn ball, roughly a third smaller than the cat, although the cat could still be bigger. And the mouse could still be smaller, and I could still push that a bit. And that is kind of getting on to the golden ratio. The golden ratio is 1 to 1.618. Those of you who know ratios and things might make a bit more sense to them, but those of you who don't know ratios, that does not matter at all. What it really means, to every one, let's say this is one circle, if we split that circle, if we give that circle a little bit more than half of it, so this is about half of our circle, 0.6 is close to 0.5, so that's almost half, but a little more than half. So, so over here roughly. And then we make a circle this big. They'll look good next to each other, because he is 1.6. Because this bigger circle is 0.618 bigger than this one. If you also look, he almost looks like a third, so that feeds back in to the rule of thirds. So today we're going to just focus on our rule of thirds, our golden ratio, and our leading lines and things. So you'll want lines that lead into your major elements. Maybe you want to have nice, even your background shapes. So maybe you'll have a corridor or something in the background. They can all point to the cat and say, look at the cat, but they're not actually arrows, they're just a sort of background shape that you don't care about. But subconsciously, it's telling you, look at the cat, look at the cat. So, this week, you just do one drawing. You're not going to do a whole bunch of different exercises. We're just going to do one big drawing, and you're going to focus on composition. Before you do your big drawing though, do some wee sketches. Try to figure out your composition. Say, okay, how do I make everything lead to this animal, or lead to this figure, or lead to my subject? How am I going to split this up? Am I going to use a rule of thirds? Okay. Then am I going to put it right on the dot, or am I going to put it quite close to it? Use these third sections and things. That's why a lot of landscapes are not just split down the middle, because that would be quite boring. Unless sometimes they wish to be boring, but for our case, let's choose to be a bit more exciting. A lot of times landscapes will choose, okay, this isn't about the sky, this is about the actual land, or you know what, this is all about the sky and it's not really about the land this time. So yes, even if you are going to do something as simple as a landscape, I would encourage you to decide how to compose it. Composition's always at play, even if you think it's not, it's always there. So it's a really important thing to know about. Looking forward to seeing all of your finished drawings. I'll see you next week. Stay safe and keep drawing.